everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we have my monthly Feel Unique pick and mix samples unboxing. For those of you who don't know, this is a service that is offered by the website Feel Unique, and once a month you are able to log on to your account and choose from a selection of different samples. They tend to be samples of hair care, skincare, perfume and makeup. You can select a total of 5 samples each month. Say for example you choose your samples on the 12th of the month, you would then not be able to choose any more until the 12th of the following month. This isn't a subscription service, you don't have to sign up or have a rolling contract with them or anything like that. It is just something you're able to log on to the website and do once a month. The cost of this service is just the shipping fee, which is £3.95, but you do get that reimbursed back to you by way of a gift voucher, which is usually attached to the email confirming dispatch of your samples. What I will do in this video is I will go over the samples that I tried from last month before showing you the samples that I've chosen for this month. This is a great way of trying products that may be more higher end before you decide to buy, and that is exactly what I did last month. For all of last month's samples, they were from the brand Charlotte Tilbury. They did have an array of different samples available on the website for a limited amount of time. It is basically a first come first serve basis. They do only have a limited number of samples available, so I've had it happen a few times where I've made my order and then a few days later something good has come on the website and I've not been able to get hold of it because I'd already done my samples for that month. So it is a bit of a gamble and it is a bit kind of luck of the draw, but I have had some great samples over the last few months. And I say last month was great because it was all Charlotte Tilbury, which is a brand that I have been wanting to make a purchase from, but I couldn't decide what to spend my money on because it is quite pricey. So let me show you what I tried and I'll give you my thoughts. This product is one I actually didn't get around to trying, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. This says it is a beauty glow primer. I'm not really one for overly glowy looks. I do like things kind of more natural looking, leaning more towards matte if I'm honest. So I don't 100% know why I picked this one. I think it was possibly because I had 4 other items and I wanted to make it a complete set of Charlotte Tilbury, and this was kind of the best one on offer. So I haven't even opened this. I am kind of determined to give it a go. Maybe it might be something I'm more inclined to try in the summer, but can't give my thoughts on this one. But this was the first sample I picked up last month. Next we have the Magic Cream, and this is a instant turnaround moisturizer. As with most of the products in the brand, this is a rather pricey product to buy full price. I think this one is at least 70 something pound. This was just a 1.5ml sample and I did get around about 5 or 6 uses out of this. I think I've pretty much got every last drop out of it now, but I did get enough in here to actually fully test the product, and I did try and use it for 5 consecutive nights to be able to see if I could tell the difference. The actual applying of the cream is really nice and it does feel very luxurious because it is a really thick cream. It does soak into the skin really nicely and you do feel immediately moisturised, but long-term effects, as long-term as I could have told from using it for 5 days, it was no more moisturising than my moisturiser that I've got that was under £10. So it's definitely not an item that I will be running out to purchase, but I'm so glad I did get to try it so that now when people talk about it, I know what they mean because I have actually tried it, and I did feel really nice and kind of bougie applying it because I knew it was a really expensive cream, and it is, say, it's really thick and luxurious. Because of that, you kind of do need quite a bit of it as well. So definitely not one I will be running to repurchase, but I am really glad I got to try it. Next we have the Magic Eye Rescue, and this is obviously an eye cream. This was a 1ml sample, but with it being an eye cream, obviously a little does go a long way, and I probably got a good 10 or 12 uses out of this. I think if I pushed really hard I could probably still get another 2 out of it yet. This eye cream did feel really nice to use. The eye creams that I currently use are Benefit and Tarte, so they are a bit more up there in price as well. I think they're around about the £30 mark. This one I think is more the £40 mark, but even though it was only £10 price difference, I could feel that this one was a little bit more luxurious. I don't feel like it blended into my skin as well as my current ones that I use, but it did just feel so moisturising. And even kind of the next day when I was applying eyeshadow to my eyes, it felt like I had kind of the remains of eyeshadow primer on, because I could still feel a slight residue left over from this. It's obviously been working its magic overnight, whereas my normal eye creams, when I wake up, my eyes just are back to normal sort of thing. So it is a really nice eye cream. I don't know if I could necessarily justify the extra cost for the benefits compared to the one that I use. I didn't notice that it combated my under eye circles. If anything, kind of were a little bit darker after I used this in replacement of my other eye cream. But actual application and things, it was really nice. So it was nice to kind of treat myself to a more luxurious eye cream. The next one is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2 Mascara. And I was so glad that I was able to try a sample of this, because I've gone to purchase this item so many times and it was definitely my number 1 or 2 item that I wanted to purchase from Charlotte Tilbury. Now that I've tried it, it's no longer on that list. I was not a huge fan of this at all, if I'm honest. The way the brush is, it's a nice size and it did feel like it coated all of my lashes, but it didn't give me any more of a kind of effect than some of my drugstore mascaras do. And I believe full price this one is pushing £25. It gave me a nice amount of length, it gave me a nice amount of volume, but nothing that I felt kind of justified spending £25 on a full size. I did notice by the end of the day that this one would have left me with slight panda eyes. We have had quite a bit of cold weather in the past couple of weeks here, so I've had kind of wind blowing in my eyes and things like that. So when my eyes have watered, this has left me with panda eyes. Again, I have other mascaras there that aren't necessarily waterproof and I don't have that problem with them, whereas I did with this. Quite a few cons to it that kind of outweighed the fact that it did look quite nice, but it was definitely nothing spectacular. So I'm so glad that I was able to try this, because I now will not be purchasing it. And then the final item that I tried was this sample of lipsticks. This came with 8 different shades, 4 in the Matte Revolution formula and 4 in the Kissing formula. So I've tried these bottom 4 here, 2 from each formula, and I like both formulas. They are both really nice, but I think I prefer the Matte Revolution formula ever so slightly. They are obviously completely different formulas. This one is just a normal matte lipstick. This Kissing formula isn't like anything I've tried before. It has, in my opinion, a kind of liquid lipstick feeling to it. It's very shiny looking and it's sort of like a lip lacquer, or it felt like it was just like stuck to my lips and it wouldn't budge, which was a good thing. It did last a decent amount of time and it was pretty comfortable to wear, but I could feel it on my lips, if that makes sense. So I'm glad to have got to have tried it, because I don't think I ever would have tried to purchase the Kissing line anyway. I would have gone more for the Matte Revolution because that's the one I hear of more, but I'm really glad I did get to try it. The shade Kim KW was one that I had seen online that I did like the look of, but that is definitely not a shade for me at all. It was much too light. This shade here, Stone Rose, is a gorgeous shade, and I actually ended up using a little bit of that on top of the Kim KW just to warm up a little bit more, and that did help. I'm quite excited to try these 2 top shades up here, but they might be a bit too light, to be honest, especially this Penelope Pink. Bitch Perfect might be okay, but I'm going to try them and see what I think. Then onto the Matte Revolution, we have obviously the iconic Pillow Talk, and then we have the shade Bond Girl. I don't think I have enough left. See, I've completely used up Pillow Talk, and then I've probably got 1 use left of Bond Girl. I do really like the shade Pillow Talk, but I think I might like Bond Girl that little bit more. So I need to use that 1 remaining use in here and make a decision out of which of these I prefer. I haven't tried either of these 2 shades at the top, but a red, I'm not inclined to purchase a red anyway, because I don't tend to wear red lipstick apart from maybe at Christmas, if then. And then this Walk of Shame looks like a more brick red, sort of possibly a browny red. Yes, a brick red. Again, not a shade I'll overly reach for, so I know I don't really need to try these, but I definitely want to try Bond Girl again, and then I would seriously consider purchasing one of the lipsticks. I believe they do retail for £25, which if I do purchase it, I think it will most likely be my most expensive lipstick that I own. So I will try and wait for a sale, or maybe wait and save up a couple of my £3.95s just to take the edge off it a little bit. But really like both of these shades and really like the formula, and it does feel kind of velvety and pillowy, and it is really nice. So I'm glad to have tried this, and also glad to have tried a different shade, because I would have automatically gone in and just bought Pillow Talk straight away because that's the most iconic one. This was a good one to try. So that is the 5 products that I tried last month. A really successful month in terms of helping me legitimately make a decision. Not all months are like that when it comes to the samples. Sometimes I'm just picking things for the sake of it. So let me show you the 5 items that I've picked for this month. The first one is actually a repeat of something from last month, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Eye Rescue. I did really like using it, and when I was looking through the samples, as it was still on there, I did quite enjoy using it. And when I went through and picked the other samples, there wasn't a kind of 5th sample that jumped out to me that I wanted to try, so I thought I'd just pick another one of these up to continue using it. Obviously I gave the value of this one last month, but I will go over it again. So the full size is 15ml for £42. So this is a 1ml sample, so I worked this out to be £2.80. The next thing I picked was this CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. I've tried quite a few things from the brand CeraVe now, and I've liked most of them. I do really like just their normal moisturiser, which is actually something that I did try from the service and have gone on to repurchase. So I thought I would give the Hydrating Cleanser a go. And I also like that this is a 20ml sample, so I should be able to get a good few uses out of this and decide whether I like it or not. The current kind of face wash or cleanser that I use is one from ELF, which is a more hydrating one. So it will be nice to actually compare these two and see which one I prefer. The full size of this is 236ml for £9.50. So this is a 20ml sample, so I worked this out to be 81 pence. The next item I picked was this Falgo Cold Cream Marine. I tried something from the brand Falgo a couple of months ago, and I think I did really like it. It was just something that was really expensive to buy full price, so would never have bought it. But it was nice to have tried it, so I thought I would treat myself to a bit more luxury again and go for this. I think the last one I got was a hyaluronic moisturiser. This one says it's a Nutri Smoothing Rich Cream. Don't know what the difference is going to be, but keen to see what it's like. The full size of this is 50ml for £37.95. So this is a 3ml sample, and I weighed this out to be £2.28. Next we have this Hydrate and Nourish Toner, and this is from Erno Laszlo. This is a brand that I've heard crop up a few times, so when I could see I could try something from it, I thought I would give it a go, and this is a 15ml sample. This says it's a hydrating toner that gently calms, hydrates and refreshes as it eliminates dullness and balanced moisture, and it comes in this cute little bottle. I do only actually have one toner on the go at the moment, which is the Lacura one from Aldi. That is currently in my project pan, but I am getting a little bored of using it, so thought if I use this for a little while and then I can always go back to the Lacura one. I'm determined to not purchase another full size one until I've used that one, so this is kind of cheating by having a sample of it, but it'll just break up my routine slightly, so keen to see what this one's like. So the full size of this is a rather pricey product. It is 200ml for £62. This is a 15ml, so I worked this out to be £4.65. And then the final product is something that I'm really excited to try, and this is a brush from Sigma Beauty. This is the E65 small angle brush. This is just a travel brush, so it is really cute, but it is a really nice angle brush. I do have a couple of angle brushes in my collection already, but none of them are kind of this exact shape. Some of them are a bit more flimsy feeling, and then I've got a couple of other ones that are slightly more stubby, whereas this one is quite long, so it might be quite nice to apply eyeshadow under my eyes when I do that. And it is just super cute. This is actually the first product that I will be trying from Sigma, and if I remember rightly, they are on my list of brands I want to try in 2020, so trying this will tick that off the list. I regularly do go to purchase a brush from Sigma Beauty, but I never know which one to purchase, so I never end up following it through, but it would be nice to kind of test the quality of this. But when I did see that there was a Sigma brush available, I did pounce on the opportunity to try it. I didn't think it was going to be a full size. I did think it was more likely to be a mini. I've had a look online to see how much these travel brushes are, and I can't actually find them on any UK sites. I did manage to find them on a US site, so I've kind of based how much I've worked it out to be off that. But I do think Feel Unique have made a slight error with this being available in the pick and mix section. If you're not aware, they do have a new service available called the Beauty Kit, and it works very similar to the pick and mix samples, apart from this service you pay for. That service is £12 plus your shipping, but as with this, you do get the shipping refunded back to you, but you have paid the £12. And it is sometimes samples, it is sometimes travel size products. Because you are paying for them, they are supposed to be slightly more higher in value. And when I seen there was a mini brush available, in my mind I thought it should be something that would be more for the beauty kit than in this. And when I actually got my little packing slip thing in with the products, they do mark after each one a pick and mix sample, but after the Sigma brush it does actually say beauty kit. Show it up if you can see it. See here it does say beauty kit, whereas the rest say pick and mix. I think they may have messed up there slightly, but I'm not complaining because I get to try a Sigma brush. Value wise, as I say, I couldn't find a travel size one on a UK website anywhere, but I did find it on a US website and it did say it was worth $8. The full size of this brush is £12.35. So on the basis that this one is worth $8 and it's half the size of a real one, I've counted that this one's worth about £6. So obviously because this brush alone is £6, that's more than what I've paid for the shipping and handling. And I know I get the £3.95 back anyway. And then also this eye cream that I know I'm going to use the whole thing of because I do quite like it. I've got my money's worth out of these two samples alone, so anything else being good is a bonus. So that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.